As we continue to review former Homeland Security Special Agent Myron Gaines' breakdown of the Ynw Melly case, the details get even more eye-opening. So let's get into it. On November 26, 2018, another search warrant was obtained for the 2018 Jeep Compass previously mentioned. The Jeep was maintained in secured storage at Miramar PD West Substation. The Jeep was kept in storage to preserve evidence and avoid tampering. CSIs Michael Kelly and Carroll conducted a trajectory analysis using rods and strings to determine flight paths of projectiles opposite side of the vehicle in a manner inconsistent with the vehicle being in motion. That means there is no way that the two victims could have been shot in a drive-by shooting based on the way the injuries happened, where the victims were sitting, and where the bullets came from. The trajectory analysis determined the flight path of 8 projectiles had entered from the rear lift gate area and 8 bullet flight paths had entered from the right passenger side. On December 5th, 2018, detectives received the autopsy report for Sack Chaser. It stated the wound path on the neck of Sack Chaser was from front, back, left to right, and upward. This was in contradiction to what was stated that a drive-by occurred on the right side of the vehicle while in motion. Sack Chaser also had a gunshot wound to the right shoulder and his chest. It should be noted, none of the flight paths from the exterior of the vehicle matched the path on the rear of Sack Chaser's head. It was obvious the projectile entered from the left rear side of the vehicle. Melly was sitting on the left rear side of the vehicle. On December 14, 2018, Dr. R. McDougal examined the gray Jeep that was occupied by all parties involved at the time of the homicide. This vehicle was maintained in secure storage since the incident. On January 11, 2019, detectives received confirmation from the medical examiner's office that the entry wound on the left side of Juvie's face was an intermediate wound. It should be noted there was a 3-centimeter stippling pattern around the entry wound. This was also a contradiction to what Bortland stated to detectives at the hospital when he attempted to mislead the officer into believing this was a drive-by shooting. This evidence shows the initial lethal shot occurred from inside the vehicle and was initiated from the left rear passenger side, the same position occupied by Melly. An intermediate wound by definition would indicate a distance of 3 inches to 3 feet between the victim and weapon. However, due to a 3-centimeter stippling pattern, the weapon was in close proximity to Juvie's head. The gunshot wounds to the back of Juvie's head also indicate those wounds were inflicted after he was shot in the head, as the projectiles entered Juvie's back when he was leaning to the left. Evidence from the autopsy reveals that both victims' wound paths to their head were from the left to the right direction. This directly contradicts the statement made by Bortland and does not support the statements of a drive-by shooting that occurred on the right side of the vehicle. Wow. So what is being said is the medical examiners studied the entry of the bullets through both bodies. And what they determined was that it did not come from the right side of the car, as Bortland was saying. No, the entry wounds came from the left and exited to the right. From the left and exited to the right. They got the bodies and they were able to determine at what position these projectiles exited out of these guys' bodies. And it supports that they were shot from inside of the van, not on the outside. Now, I know I'm going to have people going crazy in the comments saying, oh, no murder weapon, no this, no that. All I'm doing is sticking to the details that has come from the reports of the medical examiner as well as detectives. And based on how they're looking at the van and how they're looking at the bullet entries through the van as well as the bodies, it shows that it was not a drive-by shooting. It was not a drive-by shooting. Now, I'm not going to pretend to say I was there or I know he did it. All I'm saying is what they're saying. So far, we've learned that they found bullets. First, they found the first bullet on the left rear passenger side. 40 cal bullet, S&W. Then they used the cell data to track where the car actually stopped. And in that area, they found more bullets. Those bullets matched the bullet that was inside the car. Then they're able to determine that those bullets exited the vehicle. Or rather, should I say, exited the bodies of Sack Chaser and Juvie from the left to right. From the surveillance cameras, Melly was sitting on the left side, right behind Bortland. Juvie and Sack Chaser were sitting on the right side. The bullets came from the left and went to the right. That's all I'll say about that. Those are the details. You take them as you want to take them. You ignore them. You do whatever you want with them. This video or these videos are just made to give the details to everybody. So everybody's on the same page and they know. Like, you can't make this stuff up. They can't fake those guys being shot. They can't do none of that. All they're doing is taking what was there and they're pretty much painting the picture. I'll check y'all out on the next one.